Before we get into today's video, I need to remind you guys, not a financial advisor, do your own due diligence, all that good stuff. What's the crack, everyone? Welcome back to Buy, Hold, Sell. Today is Sunday. I'm doing this video in advance just to sort of wrap up some of the stocks that I bought last week. I haven't done a video like this in a very, very long time. I think I've only ever done like one, and it was back about 6 months ago. So I thought I'd try something a bit different and just talk about the top 3 stocks that I bought this week. Forgive me if you see sweat on the brow. It is so warm, guys. Sticky, hot. In Northern Ireland, we don't usually get hot days like this. Pale Irish man, I burn and all that good stuff. We actually got the hottest day ever recorded yesterday, 31.5 degrees or something, which probably to most people in America it doesn't seem very hot, but that is extremely hot for us. Like I said, t-shirt tan on the go, burning, too hot, guys. And this is an extension of the house, and it's just the windows. It's like a greenhouse in here. So yeah. Forgive me if I seem flushed, that's the reason behind that. But before we get into actually what the purpose of this video is today, if you are enjoying this midway through anything, just hit that like button. It really does me a good turn, and subscribe and all that. It really supports the channel and helps me grow. So I really, really do appreciate everybody. And without further ado, let's get into today's video. The first stock that I bought this week probably comes as no surprise to anyone that's subscribed to my channel. I actually talked about the video on Thursday in my last video, and it was Argo Blockchain, guys. You know they're crack with Argo Blockchain. I absolutely love this stock, but for anyone that is new to the channel or hasn't heard of Argo Blockchain, they are a blockchain miner. They mine cryptocurrency, and specifically they mine Bitcoin. And the reason I really like Argo Blockchain over the other competitors is because they are the best in class in terms of what they do. They offer pure energy efficient, they offer pure sustainable energy ways of being able to mine Bitcoin. Anybody that has any knowledge of cryptocurrency, and especially Bitcoin, they will know that Bitcoin is high on energy, and Bitcoin comes with great scrutiny because of that reason. This is, again, my intentions is a long hold, talking about 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 years. Who knows how long I'm going to have this one for, but the intentions are very much long hold. And like every other stock that I have for a long hold, you just keep checking it. Earnings to earnings, quarter to quarter, year on year. And as long as the company is going in the right direction, I will keep investing in it. So I bought the dip, and it proved to be shrewd, guys. So when I did my video, I said I was buying the dip. I did it and told everyone, you know, this is why you should be buying this stock. If you're invested, you should be buying right now. And we bought the dip in and around 90p a share, guys. And what happened the next day? It went up 20%. So absolutely delighted with that buy. Doesn't really matter too much for me because it is a solid stock for the future, long-term goals. And I did do the video, as I said, on Thursday, so I'll share the link here. Go in, check it out. If it's something for you, do your own due diligence, of course. But for me, it's a great stock for the long term. I'm balls deep, and you know, we'll keep monitoring that stock, and I'll keep you updated on Argo Blockchain. But I'll say no more about that just because I did do that video so recent, and you can go in and definitely check that out. The next stock is a stock that I covered way back in January 13th, guys. So you're talking over 7 months ago when I first covered this stock. For those that don't know what a SPAC is, it's a special purpose acquisition company. And in simple terms, it's a company that is set up to raise funds to help a company go onto the public market. So this company is set up, usually has shareholders, and everything's just sort of sitting there. Almost the foundations are there. They almost just give everything a bit of a G up for the company to go public. Many companies, the best companies in the world, have done it through this way. It was called IPOE at the time, and for those that are invested in that and covered that video, you will know what it was changing to. It was changing to SoFi Technologies. Now, when we covered that stock, it was a crazy SPAC merger. My intentions at the time potentially was initially more of a swing trade, trying to ride the whole SPAC thing. That was crazy, sort of November, December, January time, and you were kind of getting involved in all of that. We did great trade on this here, so we did well, but I did sell. I did get out in that position, and when things were going down, sort of February, March, April, when things were really tanking, I just decided to close out the position, but we're well up on that. We made good money on the SPAC, so I was happy with that, but it was very much one that I kind of slowly but surely grew to love. Having it on my portfolio for those few months, just learning more about it, I really fell in love with what SoFi had to offer. But I didn't really like the price it was at. It went a bit parabolic, but I've been waiting for a pullback, waiting. I had my price alert, and the price alert went off at $16. As soon as that went off, guys, I was straight on and I was buying it, and let's talk about that now. Okay, so we go on to SoFi's website, guys. SoFi, in a nutshell, is a fintech, financial technology company that is there to sort of disrupt the system. A bit like most of the stocks I cover on this channel, it's one that I think will just get bigger and bigger in the future. So it's one that I've invested in, been invested in a long time, and I dipped out on the back of the SPAC, and now I'm back in, and I bought back in at 16, I bought back in at 15.80, and we'll have a look at the charts in a moment, but you can go onto the website. What's also cool, and the other reason why I did a bit of due diligence this week and just seen, the fact that you can buy all the ETFs, the crypto, trade, stocks. We know how much trading apps and all that has just taken off massively the last 24 months, and I just foresee retail investing and all that just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Download the app and get up to £1,000 when you open an account. They're doing good promotions there, active investing in the crypto, retirement accounts, automated investing, making it very, very simple. So they're offering the business to customer. They also do business to business. They do all types of loans for everything you can expect. You got your students, your home affordability, personal loans, mortgages, all of that jazz, guys. And they pretty much are able to undercut the majority of the big banks, which is obviously massive. We definitely see we're sort of moving away from your traditional banking, the likes of crypto, different options for banking, online banking, your Revolut, your SoFi's now. So I just think this space is getting bigger and bigger. In America, it's huge already, which is great. We talked about all this in the previous video. I don't want to go into it too much more, but I bought back in the SoFi, guys, at a great price. It's been very much a long watch, guys. I watched it go right up again, which fills me with great confidence that this thing could get up to these types of prices again. But ultimately, guys, even at this price, it's good value. It's better value now, but it's still be quite highly priced for the company yet. It's year on year up 150% last year, I believe, on their revenue, which is great. And I just foresee that getting bigger and better. So even with the current market being a wee bit dodgy, I don't want to be going A and B style. I don't want to be too balls deep, like all my capital into the market right now. But as I'm sort of moving my portfolio to the way that I kind of want it for the long term, I am getting rid of more of my sort of swing trades that I've had over the last 3 months. So as they're closing, I'm looking towards just buffering and strengthening up my long-term holds. And SoFi is one of the ones that I believe I'm going to be in with a long-term hold. So I'm glad to be reopening my position, and I would like to phase that in more. So just going to keep watching it, guys. If it falls down to $15, I'll top up a bit more and so on and so forth. But you can kind of see here, guys, if you look back on the chart, you're having to go way back to when it was only initially announced as a SPAC. To get these lows. So it's had a real, and it's always kind of bounced off in and around these kind of prices. So if you look at this, guys, you're getting this rock bottom. So ideally, if it hits 15, I'm going to load up, double completely down, redouble my investment, get a nice cross prices of 15.50. And finally, the last stock on my top 3 big buys that I bought this week, guys, is Alibaba. Again, this is a stock that I covered actually the last time I covered this stock. The reason I don't cover these stocks, they don't do well on YouTube views, guys, so I just talk about them throughout my different videos. It's unfortunate because I love this stock. It's Alibaba, as I said. Most people will know that pretty much they're the biggest e-commerce and cloud space company in Asia. Phenomenal, big, huge growth company. Not going to talk too much about it. In the previous video, I did talk about the whole IPO thing falling down, and then on December 28th, I talked about how I had a position, sold a position, missed the drop, and because of the drop in and around the December the 28th, I actually bought back in, and I said my favorite line of going balls deep, and I did. Now, if we pull up the chart, we can see here, just a bit of a recap of where it was. In and around here, guys, I bought back in at 2221, which was a great price, and I wrote it up. And just like the last stock that I talked about, guys, when the market was pulling back in those sort of months, I sort of assessed things. I looked at what was going well for me, and I was only dipped a toe in to Alibaba. I didn't have my full position built up yet. I mean, like I said, in this channel, I like to phase my money in over a period of 4 to 6 weeks, depending on how things are going. And this was no different. So we got a nice price, sort of in and around February time is sold. So, we got a nice rise. The market was pulling back. I pulled out of it. We talked about all the issues with China and so on and so forth, and there was a lot of issues with Alibaba. And firstly, what I want to say as well is the American press is very, very negative to Chinese stocks as a whole. We've seen all the stuff about Didi and all this, and Alibaba is getting caught up in all of that kind of headwind. There is some bad stuff. We had Jack Me, the CEO, going missing randomly, which caused a bit of fluctuation. So Chinese stocks, especially in the USA, a stock exchange, are not for the faint-hearted, and there is risks involved in that. But you have to sort sort of see through the crap sometimes. Alibaba is a phenomenal company. It's going to massively grow year on year. I fully believe that. But there is volatility, try and time it right. It actually has really went on a downward spiral, absolutely. So when it got it down to sort of the 8th of July kind of prices, under $200 a share, guys, I had to buy it. I had to, just like SoFi, I had to buy this. I bought it and we've been riding it back up, and I actually bought more sort of each week, just buying a bit more. And I bought a bit more this week. Now, I'm not going to be buying any more until there is a bit of consolidation. We'll see what the next couple of weeks play out. We're going into earnings. The market's highly volatile. So again, I don't want to be my full position built in it just because I am a bit nervy of that market pullback. But I'm glad to have Alibaba back on the books, guys. And I'm more than content that this was the fall. I'll keep buying. But like I said, just be careful. I don't want to be fully balls deep in it quite yet. For the company size, guys, you know, this on the face of it, this looks really undervalued. It really does. Go in, check out the previous video. You might as well share the link. Check that out. All those things still stand. And in the meantime, we've had a lot of uncertainty with America. There's a lot of talk of USA delisting companies. And as the more I go down these rabbit holes, guys, there's always talk of Chinese companies being delisted. You know, Trump was talking about it. It's still being talked about. But no one's going to do it. The repercussions would be massive, and it would actually hurt Wall Street quite a bit for Baba to be delisted. So, you know, I don't believe in all that, but there is that risk, guys. You just have to know that. So definitely check out the risk factor with this stock. But for me, there is, again, like most of the stocks in this channel, I do look at the risk reward ratio, and for me, the reward ratio on this is phenomenal. That's the top 3 picks for this week, guys. I'd love to get your thoughts on it. You know, what is your thoughts on Alibaba? We talked about Argo, talked about SoFi. You know, to me, these are great stocks, long holds, really excited about it. Like I said, first time I've done this top 3 video since about December, so it's been a long time, 6-7 months since we last done one of these. If you do like these sort of top 3 videos, or you know, the idea of the kind of stocks that I'm buying, hit the like button, hit the subscribe, leave us a comment, let me know you just want to see a bit more like this. And until next time, guys, enjoy the rest of your day. Peace.